What's up, guys? Daniel here, and today I'm going to be discussing my opinions on the rape revenge subgenre. And I'm going to talk about I Spit on a Grave, the 1978 film. Well, if you want to get technical, the 1980 film I Spit on a Grave, because it was originally released in 1978 as Day of the Woman. It didn't get the title I Spit on a Grave until 1980. But, yeah. Let's start off by saying I think the rape revenge subgenre is the most powerful, it is the most effective, and it is the greatest genre of any genre in the horror genre. Uh, and the reason I say that is, stuff like the original Night of the Living Dead, Peeping Tom, Psycho. What else? John Carpenter's Halloween. And you got the original version of Black Christmas. You got the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All those films are terrifying. They're all original for their time. They're all great films, but they're not effective as rape revenge. Just something. The only thing worse than murder is rape. In my opinion, seeing a woman get raped is worse than seeing murders. Like in Day of the Woman, it's worse to see Jennifer get raped, and then that's worse than seeing somebody dying in a slasher film. That's just my thoughts. I think rape is not as bad as murder, but it's up there. But when we're talking on a film standpoint, rape is worse, and that's why I think the rape revenge subgenre is better. It's more effective. It's more terrifying. It's more horrific. And that's why I think it's the best. It's the realest there is. It's brutal, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. But I want to talk about Day of the Woman, aka I Spit on Her Grave for a minute, because obviously Siskel and Ebert, they piss me off beyond belief with their they're feeble-minded. They're idiots, and they highly piss me off when it comes to Day of the Woman. Mainly because the movie is not made to be disrespectful. It's not meant to degrade women. It's not meant to exploit rape. That's not what this movie is about, and that really it ticks me off. And one thing that really pisses me off is when people say it's on the male point of view. The film is told from the male point of view. And first of all, that's not true. Not at all. And I will give you an example here in a minute. If you want to get technical, it's not in anybody's point of view. It's more of a documentary. This film is more like, okay, this is what happened. Watch it. There are some points of view in the film, but it's from Jennifer's point of view. Now let's get into an example of Daniel. How is this film not from the male's point of view? Well, if you were to watch it, if you were to have common sense going and watching it, if you had common knowledge about film, okay, let's take the first rape for example. Okay, the first rape, Jennifer gets she gets raped, and if it was from the male point of view, knowing these type of males. The point of this movie is all men are dogs. All men are animalistic. They're all bad. They're evil. They all need to die. And how I know this film is not in the male's point of view is because the first rape. Okay, the first rape, after she gets raped, if it was from the male's point of view, it would go to the males after the rape. They'd be like, oh yeah, we just raped her. We're cool. High five. Now let's go do it again. But it doesn't do that. What it shows instead is Jennifer. It shows her beaten, scarred, and just brutally raped. That's more of her point of view. That's not on the male's point of view. It's on her point of view. It showed her beaten and scarred. It's not exploiting rape. And I want to give you an example of how I know this film does not exploit sexuality. It doesn't exploit women and their bodies. Okay, when Jennifer first goes to the cabin, yeah, it does show her getting naked. It does show her skinny dipping. We know she's, I can't pronounce the word, but we know she's a feminist because, first of all, a normal female would not go to a cabin by herself for a whole summer. First of all, she has to be she has to be. She's a strong woman. She's gonna go there, write her novel by herself. She doesn't need nobody else. The scene does show her get naked and goes into the lake or river or whatever it is, that Pacific body of water. Okay, it shows her getting in, and the scene, it shows her getting naked. It shows her going into the water, but this is without a doubt what just makes the film not at all what everybody thinks it is. The longest long shot in history of long shots. Okay, it shows her getting naked, and then the camera just backs up. And it backs up so far to where you can't even see her, you know. And if we were to flip the script, no pun intended, and this film was supposed to exploit sexuality and rape and the women's body or whatever, you know, it would show her naked with water dripping down her breast, her hair all wet, you know, just whipped back and forth like, I'm a sexy woman, But it doesn't do that. It's a long shot. It just shows her. Boom. The camera goes back, and it just shows. The camera goes so far back to where you can't even see her no more. Yeah. There's not much to say about this film. You know, it's a great film. It's the most effective in the rape revenge subgenre, and if you ask me, it's one of the most effective horror films. And it has the most meaning to it. And that's another thing that pisses me off, is when people just can't fucking understand. The movie is about the revenge. The movie does not focus on the rape. The reason the rape scenes are so long is to make, let's call it character development for people who don't understand it. Again, let's flip the script. Let's make the rape scenes, let's imply the rape. Sure, rape is terrible either way, but if you imply it, if you imply every rape, and by the time you get to the rape scene, the movie's not effective, you know. You know already because rape's bad. You're like, oh yeah, she got raped. That's bad. But you really just don't give a fuck, you know. You're just like, whatever, you know. This movie was alright. This movie has no balls, you know. This movie did not pull any emotions out of me. But that's where Day of the Woman does it, you know. Miyazaki is not scared. He said, let's show this rape. Because I want people not to focus on the rape. I'm going to show the rape so people can get it through their head that this is what really happens when you get raped. This is what happens. And he doesn't want people to focus on, oh, she's getting raped. Well, he does when you're watching the rape scenes, but the movie is about the revenge. The movie is all about Jennifer killing those animalistic dogs for men. And that's what pisses me off the most, because people just can't get past the rape. It just... The movie is about her getting her revenge, killing those fucking dumbass men, you know, and it's just, why can't you get over why can't you get over it? Just get over it. Are you messed up in the head? You can't get past the rape? Do you get turned on by the rape? Is that why you're offended? Because it turned you on? I don't know, but this video is already too long. I could say, I can go on for days about this subject, but, you know, this movie is not meant, Day of the Woman, aka I Spit on Your Grave, is not meant to exploit rape, guys. It's not, and I think you're a fucking idiot if you think it does. You know, maybe you need to get your head checked out, maybe you're not right. You know, this movie was inspired by a rape victim that the director and writer seen. You know, this woman came up to him, beaten, raped, whatever, and that inspired him to make this movie. You know, it's just not. It's not a hard concept to understand. This movie is positive towards women. That's all it is, guys. If you can't get past it, don't watch the movies, because obviously you're too stupid to understand it. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Stay classy and have a nice day. Later.